All right, what's up, everybody? Look, I want to give you an update on Myro because its price is now pulling back. And many of you, of course, are asking me, what am I thinking? What am I doing? Am I selling? Am I buying? So, of course, I want to give you a bit of an update there. We're going to talk a little bit about from a fundamental perspective why I think it's pulling back. Then we're going to talk a little bit from a trading and, technical analysis perspective why it's pulling back. And then overall, what I'm doing as a result of it. Now, let's go ahead and start off with the fundamental reason as to why Myro is pulling back because people are going to blow this out of proportion. Okay. Now, what you need to understand is that Myro made a historic move to some degree, especially for a Solana-based crypto, right? We've only seen a couple meme tokens or micro tokens on Solana be able to accomplish what Myro has accomplished, and only one or two of them have accomplished it as fast as Myro accomplished it. Now, as with that in mind, obviously, what you have to understand is that Myro's not brand new. This is something that was around in early December. This is something that was around at some of those lower 10 million, $5 million market cap levels for a while, allowing a lot of people to learn about it, find out about it, invest into it, YouTubers to get in on it, right? All of these things happen at those extremely lower levels. And so when you have a crypto that then goes from 5 million, 10 million up to 100, 150 million, and you have so many people up 20x, 10x, 15x, obviously what you have to understand is that those people are going to rightfully take profits. It's not like these people are abandoning ship. It's not like these people don't believe it anymore. It's quite simply that they worked extremely hard to get to the point in which they were at, to find Myro so young and so early, and to get in at a 15, 20, 30, 40x, whatever it may be. And they're going to, again, rightfully take those profits. And that's something that we've seen historically throughout the world of crypto, that people think taking profits is a bad thing. But what you'll come to realize is that no one in crypto has ever made money without taking profits. Okay. And so from a fundamental perspective, it's not even something I'm remotely concerned about. People taking profits when they go up 10, 20, 30x has no reflection on the project's longevity, stability, or capability. Any of those things, in my opinion, because even if my Bitcoin went up a 10x right now, knowing that Bitcoin will be around forever, knowing that Bitcoin is something that I think will continuously get bigger and bigger in the world in general, I would still take profits. Why? Because it's, we worked hard for that. We just left a bear market. And the moment that you get, those moments that you get outside of a bear market, people still have PTSD. People are still worried. People are still concerned about going back into a bear market, seeing that red, seeing those losses that they've seen previously. And so again, they're going to take some profits off the table. So from a fundamental perspective, it makes a ton of sense, especially considering Myro's not really seen a major pullback since it's cleared $30-40 million in market cap. Okay. So fundamentally, that doesn't bother me at all. Now, let's talk a little bit about technically what is happening in terms of this pullback. And let's get this pulled up here. So what we can see here is that Myro's price, again, is getting a nice pullback right now, but realistically, from the grand scheme of things, it's not even remotely that big, right? We saw this thing make a move all the way from about 1.4 or about 1.5 cents all the way up to about 26 cents, okay? That's like a 17, 18x, which is insane, right? Now, we personally, over in HG Access, and the links are down below, we got in on this thing around 2.5 cents. So we went up a 10x on this thing, right? So whenever I tell you people got in early to the point where they were doing 30, 40, 50x's, I'm not joking. They were people who were doing it because you got to think about it. So we started talking about this thing maybe 30 days ago, and we went up a 10x. Now, if you do want to get all those plays, go down to the HG Access link down below, but you get the point, okay? The point of the matter is that, again, fundamentally, it's not really that big of a deal because so many people were up so much. Now, technically speaking, what I will say is that Myro is still impressing me because of the fact that it's moving much more maturely than it should for a crypto this size. The reason I say that is because it's making moves that are similar to many of those major cryptos that we've seen. Maybe think of like a Casper or a Cadena, some of those bigger cryptos that have higher market caps. It's moving similar to them. And the reason I say that is because you can just see how Myro is interacting with key levels of stability. A good example of this is the fact that we plotted out in the last Myro video. We gave you all this little level around 12 cents, 12.2. Okay. And I told you all that based off of the previous point of liquidity that was established on this level, and what you can actually see here is there was this little range right here between these lows and these highs that we would probably run into some support there. And the reason that I said that is because Myro has a tendency to interact with its key support levels. Look at this. Okay. This little level right here. You see how we established resistance here? And the moment Myro pulled back and got rejected off of this ascending trend line, we immediately held some support here. Although that's a small move, it's a very important move because it shows maturity in the fact that it's reacting to liquidity, which is extremely important for long-term growth. And so going forward past that support level, we knew that this previous point of support would likely hold up as well, in which we saw, of course, 11.8. Now, of course, we have now fallen through that support level, but at the end of the day, it's the fact that we're seeing the bull step in at each one of these support levels. It tells me that there's a strong likelihood from a technical perspective that we will see Myro get the higher low and look to try at least to continue to the upside at some given point. Whether that's at 8 cents, whether that's at 5 cents. There's no way to truly know. But at the end of the day, because the bulls are stepping in, it's going to slow down that bearish momentum at some point, in my opinion. And then because of that, I do think that we could see Myro continue. So from that perspective, from a fundamental and a technical perspective, I do believe that we are seeing good things happening even as the price is falling, which does allow me to base my opinion that it could still be a good time to DCA, especially if you did buy at the top, to try to lower that average cost for when that swing to the upside does inevitably come, for at least a retest to the upside. Now, I think what's even going to contribute more to the possibility of Myro being able to continue from here is everything that they are still doing on chain, right? We, of course, have seen they're getting these partnerships that have gotten their social engagement over 1 million, becoming the second biggest meme coin with this social engagement recently. On top of that, what you can see here is that they have just been recently listed on Asset Dash, which is a new super swap, a powerful token swap aggregator with coins and points rewards for every swap. So they're getting these partnerships. They're getting these collaborations. And especially when we talk about collaborations, they're working with people like Digital Asset News to do giveaways and stuff like that to 300, 400,000 people at a time. Things like this keep their name relevant. Things like this is what keeps their social engagement so high. And so, of course, because of that, they do keep their name in the conversation, which does inevitably bring even more volume and help with all of the buy pressure that is needed to slow down moves of this nature. And so, in my opinion, with everything going on, yes, we are seeing a pullback. Yes, this thing hasn't necessarily been the most fun ride over the last week or so. But realistically, when you look at it from a perspective of people are taking profits, not abandoning ship, and the fact that it's, fundamental technicals are still holding up extremely well while they are continuously doing more, getting partnerships, getting collaborations, things of that nature. I think Myro is giving itself the best chance possible to do well over the long term. And that is, of course, the reason why I still do think they can do well. You guys know I even partnered up with them myself recently as they were on that partnership campaign. And it's because I think that they're doing the best that they possibly can realistically to stay relevant and to stay around. And those are the types of cryptos that hold up for whole bull markets. And that's obviously what I want to be a part of. So I hope you guys do enjoy this update. I'm not really stressed about this pullback. I think it's a good time to DCA if you do have that long-term conviction. But of course, I will continue to update you guys as this does play out. Just make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.